Hey, welcome to Fixing the Game, where we think your role playing game is broken, and we're here to tell you how to fix it. The twist: two chefs, goblin chefs, why not? Goblin chefs in the kitchen. We can't agree on how. So we each take extreme opposing sides, and you guys can tell us, guys and gals can tell us who the winner is. You can check the channel for a poll. And what are we going to talk about today, Greg?
Well, I've played with Milestone most of my life, right? Most of my recent life. But recently, I've been getting more into the XP side of things. And personally, I think people should consider going back to XP. One reason is that, numbers are good. We like numbers. I mean, we have attributes so that we can see them go up. We have skills so that we can see them go up. We have everything on our character sheet. We want to go up. Unless you're playing old D&D, then the AC goes down. But anyway, everything goes up. So why wouldn't you want like your XP to also like you see it increase? It feels good. I think it's a good experience for players. Even as a GM, I'm kind of like, maybe I should start giving out this XP instead of just relying on milestones.
Well, let me tell you this.
Let me tell you, brother.
Let me tell you. Imagine a world. No.
No world.
So I feel that XP just makes characters spend countless hours fighting rats and then upgrading to goblins and then upgrading to the next thing. It's just basically murder hobo training. And I would say rather than the constant grinding with milestones, instead we can use milestones and focus on the storytelling. Think about collaboration, not accounting. And your adventures aren't just mass murderers. They're characters in a narrative that's growing as the plot demands. So I say skip the math. Get straight to the good stuff. Avoid the XP arms race. Leave XP where it belongs with video games and spreadsheets. Milestones is where the stories shine.
All right. You said that that they become murder hobos, but how about this? I have a group that whenever they come to a situation, they have one solution that they know will always work, because combats are always made to provide a challenge to the player, so they know that the worst case, they can always just fight their way out of it no matter what, versus the idea where it's like, wow, you negotiated your way out of that? Boom, you get 500 XP even though it took you 1 minute to do. Talk about that. Like, you can actually influence behavior, let's say, with an idea that you can dole out points when they do something you want. How many times have you had something to where you expect them to go back and forth with the big baddie? They're going to look into his motivations. They're going to see his, starving mother or something like that, go into his past. And what do they do with the first time they get there? He goes, and then they fire an arrow and try to kill him, right? Like, if because you actually incentivize, maybe
it's worth 10,000 XP. That's why.
Maybe you incentivize the wrong things with XP when you do that. Maybe instead of giving XP for deaths, you give XP for plot points. Or getting through things without fighting. You could even give extra XP.
You get 100 XP for doing CPR on this dying goblin and bringing him back to life. Then people are like, I'll just kill him, bring it back. Kill him, bring it back.
You've broken the game.
No.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, you can, there's a lot of reasons to possibly look at XP.
Like if you like adding numbers, it's great.
Well, let's say the milestone, because so many modules these days are written like, okay, once you get to this certain part, once they finally talk to the witch who's going to give them a portal to the Underdark to start the next part of this campaign, then you can get them to level 3. Except they didn't account for everyone having a backstory and going throughout the city and solving the entire world's problems in Forgotten Realms above land. They went all the way to Thay for some reason. They came back. They've killed 1,000 things, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're still level 3 because you didn't talk to the witch yet, right? It's like, why have the arbitrary thing? Just dole out some XP. Let them get bigger and bigger, no matter what they do.
But you can do that with milestones, right? You can it's just a level up. It's just any time makes sense. Level them up.
Okay. Then how about that guy, right? We all have the guy.
Is this Fred again? Is this Fred?
Oh God, Fred. Okay, Fred, you see, he comes and he has his laptop open. He's playing Final Fantasy 14 or whatever they have these days. He's not really paying attention. And then that's when he comes. Most of the time, he doesn't even show up. He expects to just be the level everyone else is, right? When you play with XP, though, you could be like, you know what? You only get 80% of the experience when you don't show up, right? You only get 50%. So that when he comes, he's like, damn, I missed out. I'm like a full level under all these other mofos because, I stayed at home and because I had that World of Warcraft raid. Nothing is World of Warcraft. I actually played it for years. But you can actually incentivize people trying to come to the game, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like a little nudging tool.
Now it starts to feel like you're like a high school teacher trying to like get them to get the grade up.
Get some extra credit. You want the extra credit?
Oh, all right. Well, let's get moderately more serious. How about that? Although you tell us,
probably still keep using Milestone.
Tell us, what you guys think in the comments, of course, and a poll and such. But mildly more serious. What do you like in a game? What do you?
So I actually do think I might try XP soon. Except I'm gonna do it very differently from the way I traditionally did it. Traditionally, it's like when I was growing up with D&D 3.5. You just open up the monster manual, you'd fight the monster, you get the XP, you roll for treasure, you take it, you upgrade, you go to the next monster. Just for funsies. It's not even role playing, and that's fine. But I think what I would do differently now is one, I would reduce the XP limits. So instead of having like 2,000 for your first level, 5,000 for your second level, I'd probably make it like 4 experience every level. And you would get 1 experience for like a serious battle of some sort. Mm-hmm. You'd get maybe 2 experience for finishing a quest arc. And then you would get riddled throughout like 1 experience for doing certain things, especially if you do something without even that could be combat, but you got through it. That would also be an experience, right? Mm-hmm. And like I said, accomplishing goals would be an experience too. And I would probably make it like that. Like it would be a linear progression instead of exponential progression. Because if you think about what the heck is the point of getting up to like 500,000, because you have to get like another 100,000 to get to the next level, but all the monsters are worth that much more too. So it's like, it's just an illusion, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably make it linear, maybe 5 XP. I haven't thought about it too much, but like 5 XP per level. And I would make the XP simple. And I think that would actually work pretty well.
It could, yeah. Yeah, I tend to use milestones. I forget what's Daggerheart do. Is it milestones for Daggerheart?
Milestones. I think what I'm saying though, if the more I think about it, is more like a point-based milestone almost.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's kind of like, you are completing, instead of making big milestones, make a lot of small milestones and then give like 1 XP for each one kind of thing. Sometimes 2 XP if it's big enough.
Yeah, I think, in some ways there's no levels, but Mithras does something kind of like that with their experience rolls and you get points. I know like there's another D100 system I've not played, but I just read it. It was like, I believe it's called Open Quest, 3rd edition. Hopefully I'm not getting that name wrong. They have something where you have motives, they're like goals, and whenever you accomplish them, you get points to grow. So I think those kind of things, which is similar to yours, if you got levels and stuff. But
yeah, it's a bit more defined than what I said, right?
Because I think the biggest takeaway here, in a way, is if you're thinking about mixing it up or whatever, is that, and you mentioned it at one point, Greg, is that the XP is a tool, or milestones or whatever, to kind of encourage behavior that you're wanting from the players in a way, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why if the only obvious way to get XP is from the whatever value their monster is in the monster manual, they all just want to kill everything.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
We have a video coming out, or maybe it'll be out by the time this one comes out, I don't know, about the power of the GM. And that is absolutely one of the powers of the GM, is that, and I think Woody mentioned it, that your ability to give out XP for certain things helps set the tone and demeanor of the story you're trying to give. And while you can't use it to negate people's choices and stuff like that, and you want to make a game that's fun for them, you can try to edge them towards what you think might be interesting in the story. Because I don't know how many times it actually has happened where you have this NPC or a bad guy, you come up with all these motivations on why he's there and his backstory and everything like that, and then they end up just shooting him the moment they see him because he did something they didn't like that one time, right? And all that is missed out. But if you set it up where they're getting experience for actual social encounters, right? Mm-hmm. They might think twice between just shooting them, because they know, oh wait, I could actually get extra experience for this by delving into to see why he's doing these things, right? Mm-hmm. But not that that's like a thing you should enforce 100%. Obviously, they still need their choices and to matter and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like a maybe type thing you can use if you want.
Yeah. All right.
Milestone's good too. I mean, I've used Milestone most of my 5e life. I don't think I've ever played 5e and used experience, actually, now that I think about it.
I did when I was younger. We did. But
5e, though? Probably not 5e.
Oh, no, not 5e. No, like
that's what I was
advanced D&D or 3rd edition.
Yeah, I did a lot in 3rd edition with XP. But I don't think I ever did 5e XP. And I think that is kind of a bummer, kind of missing out, because you do feel that sense, especially like you mentioned earlier, for young people. If you're playing with young people, absolutely use XP. They'll love it, I think. Maybe reduce the numbers, like I said, a bit, but they love
make them learn math.
I mean, it's kind of like, have you ever seen those Japanese games? One thing I noticed between American games and Japanese games is, like, if you have a score in American game, you're like, I got 200. In Japanese games, you're like, I got 200 million billion thousand. It's like the scale and numbers are so different between American and Japanese games. But no, it does feel good to some degree to see those numbers go up. And so, especially for young people who care about that probably a bit more versus us who might care about the actual story and role playing and fitting into the character more, might be worth pursuing.
It might be there. And they kind of know what happens with young people, at least potentially, is they kind of see the progress. They're impatient and stuff. And so they kind of have something to work towards and see. But when I did that, immediately I saw that they were like, we'll just go straight forward, don't talk to anybody, kill anything gets in our way. And then I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This isn't like was it GTA? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Grand Theft Auto,
yeah. Then I'm like, well, you'll get rewarded some stuff for quests, and you need help someone and and stuff. And so I made sure to do that. So
yeah, even modern campaigns, if you look, they give XP often for turning in quests and stuff. It definitely doesn't need to be from the things you slay. And in fact, I would have a policy in your game, if you're using XP, if they get past an encounter without fighting, literally calculate all the XP they would have gotten and give them that anyways, and maybe even more. Right? Like
especially if it was very clever.
Don't make fighting the only thing.
Yeah.
Not that fighting's not fun. I mean, I would probably still have fun by opening the monster manual, picking a monster and fighting it, getting treasure, selling it, and repeating over and over and over. But
yeah,
that's fine. And this is a cattail. That didn't look right. I'm going to stop that.
That's the thumbnail now. Anyway.
I can't believe he stayed there and took it for that long.
All right. So, I think we said our little arguments and stuff, and tell us what you do, what you think. Tell you if you think one or the other one won out, or what you guys have done with homebrewing or other game systems that do experience differently. Just put in the comments. We're watching, and we like to make it a conversation. So, thanks so much, everybody. Now go fix your game.
Fix it. That was loud. I'm sorry.
When the dice roll high, we touch the sky. But when they crash, it's a belly laugh. Genre play, lighting the way.